everyone, I'm Crafty Kate and I run a small crochet business. On this channel we talk all things yarn and crochet. For this video I'm going to take you through two different custom orders that I have to make this week. And these are more customized custom orders than I normally do. One is for my best friend and another is for someone on Etsy who has been asking for a little bulldog amigurumi plushie for a while now, and I finally found a pattern that I'm excited to try. So we're going to do the bulldog, and then the other one for my best friend is a little ploppy panda. It will be like the all from jade patterns with the beans in the body, and they're kind of floppy and squishy. So I was going to follow the little capybara couch buddy pattern for the body, and then I actually bought another pattern for the head that I hope is the right size to fit on the body. So I will take you through doing that and we will see how those turn out. And before we jump into the patterns, I wanted to take a minute to thank Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. Craftsy is an online community for crafters of all kinds. You can find inspiration, learn new skills, and build on hobbies that you already have. Craftsy offers over 2,000 classes in more than 20 different categories, including crochet, of course, and knitting, sewing, painting, cooking, and more. I have been a member of Craftsy on and off for years, and I love the step-by-step lessons and easy-to-follow tutorials. When I was first teaching myself to crochet years ago, I found their amigurumi classes particularly helpful. They offer an amigurumi for beginners class that includes 12 different lessons. They go over what you need to get started, the different stitches, how to put pieces together, all the things that you need to know. So I found that really helpful when I was first trying to teach myself. And then they also offer an entire library of patterns to choose from in all of the different categories, including for crochet, they have wearables and different functional items, and of course amigurumi. They are also adding new classes all the time, so it's easy to continue to grow. It's not just the same beginner friendly things all the time. It's really catered to all different skill levels from beginner to advanced. They have things for everyone. I have also been looking at some of their watercolor classes because I have painted in the past and I've kind of fallen out of it. As you guys know, I've been doing mostly crochet, but I do love painting, so I've been looking at some of their watercolor classes to try to get back into that. As part of their Black Friday special, new members can get their first full year of Craftsy Premium for only $1.49. So I will have everything linked down in the description for you to go check out and join. And another big thank you to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. And now we will jump into starting that little panda. Okay, I have my yarn pulled out for the panda. I'm going to be using Parfait Chunky. So I have black and white on a second skein because I'll probably run out. And then I just read through the panda pattern that I bought that I'm planning on using the head for. It is from Fennec Toys. I will have it linked below if you're interested. I am going to be modifying it quite a bit because I just read through the capybara pattern from All From Jade to see how big the head was, and the panda head is quite a bit bigger, so I am going to have to take out quite a few rows. But I will keep notes as I go so that I can let you guys know what I do, and we will just see how this goes. So we start with the head, and then the body is crocheted off of the head. So I'm going to get going on the head, and like I said, I'll let you know what I change and keep you posted, and we'll just hope this little guy turns out cute. Okay, so far I'm having a bit of trouble with this pattern. There's some typos in it. Some of it just doesn't make sense. There's not a lot of detail. There's not many pictures. Like the head, the first row. So it says row 1 and it just says increase times 6 for 12 stitches. But it doesn't say to put it in a magic ring which also wouldn't make any sense because if you're doing 6 increases in a magic ring, aren't you just doing 12 single crochets in a magic ring? So, and then it goes straight to row 3, so there's no row 2. So yeah, I just kind of started it my own way. I did 8 single crochets in the magic ring and then increased from there. So here's my head. I think it's fine. And then these are the ears. They might be a tiny bit big. And then the eye patches are massive. So I'm going to remake those. So yeah, so far I'm not really using the pattern much at all. I'm just kind of making it up and making it a similar size to All From Jade's birds and the capybara. So I think the size is good. I just needed to decide if these ears are going to work. I'm not sure. They're so wide you'd have to like curve them to sew them on, but that looks okay. So I might keep the ears. Whoops. But I need to remake these. These are supposed to go behind the safety eyes, and you can see they're way too big. So I'm going to remake those and then figure out what size safety eyes I want to do, and then figure out where the nose goes. That's the other thing. It doesn't even tell you where to put the nose. So yeah, I'm just kind of winging it here, but I'm going to make some decisions and I will check back in just a minute. So here's what I have so far. I'm thinking my nose might be a little bit too tiny, but I made the eye patches smaller. These are 16 millimeter eyes. And then the ears somewhere back there. Still not sure. I'm gonna try a bigger nose and see if that makes it look better. This is one of those hard things that, like, it doesn't look correct until you do every step, so it's hard to tell if what you have is right. But let me try a bigger nose, and then we'll go from there. So here's a bigger nose. I think I like it a lot better. And then it will also have a little embroidered piece going down and some face shaping. And I'm hoping when I sew the patches on the eyes, it will shrink them down a little bit. So we're going to go with this. I'm going to attach everything and see how it looks. Okay, here's what I ended up with. I think it turned out pretty good. It needs a good lint roll. This black yarn is shedding everywhere, but pretty cute. I think the ears are a good size. So I just need to close up the head and do some face shaping. The eyes sunk in really far, obviously, because it's double thickness, but I think it turned out really cute. I'm loving it so far, and then I'm hoping the face shaping kind of brings it to life, but I think it's really, really coming along. I officially have the head completely finished, so we are on our way. I think it's looking really good. The face shaping definitely helped kind of make the nose pop a little bit, which I like. And I was able to pull all the threads out through the center of where I'm going to crochet the body from. So this will be all on the inside. And then I added the little kind of mouth there. I think it's looking good. And I think it's the perfect size. Yeah. Let me know down in the comments what you think of it so far. I have changed so much about this that I don't think, if you're going to try to make a panda, don't buy the head that I bought, like the pattern for the head that I bought, because I did not follow it at all. The only thing I did that's from the pattern is the ears. I didn't change the ears. I think they turned out cute, but literally everything else I have changed. So this is definitely more of a freehand type thing. So sorry, you might not be able to replicate it exactly if you want to make one. But yeah, turning out cute so far. Good morning. It is the next day. I ended up finishing the little panda last night, but I wanted to show you guys this morning in the daylight. So here she is. So cute. She ended up absolutely perfect. I love the way it turned out. And I already sent a picture to my friend and she loves him. So cute. So the pattern that I tried to follow for the head, I don't think I'm going to link in the description just because I basically ended up freehanding the head. So I don't want to confuse people thinking that if they buy that, they can do this. If you would like the link to the pattern, just put a comment down below and I don't mind adding it as a response to your comment, but I don't want to link it just in case. I don't want to confuse people because I did end up pretty much freehanding the head. The only thing I did the same as the pattern was the ears, but those are pretty simple. So yeah, if that makes sense. So just let me know down in the comments if you're interested in that pattern. I think in the beginning of the video I said who it was by. I can't remember at the moment who it is by, but then I followed the All From Jade capybara pattern from her Couch Besties or Couch Buddies, I think it is. I'll link that one down below for sure. But I followed that for the body. I just changed the colors. And then I did fill it with the poly pellets in the little pantyhose thing. So he's all squishy and beanie and floppy. He's so cute. So I love the way he turned out. Very happy with it. Excited to have this guy done. So now I'm going to be making the little bulldog, and they want it to look similar to the Marines mascot. His name is Chesty, I think, and he's a white bulldog, and then he has some brindle spots. So I'm going to use Parfait Chunky, so I'm going to make him mostly white, and then I'm going to use this Cozy Cub from Michaels for the spots. I know it's not exactly brindle, but my customer was okay with this color just to kind of vaguely make it look like that. So I found some pictures of Chesty, so I'm going to add some spots kind of on the back and sides, but everything else will be white. The pattern I have for the bulldog is Boris the Bulldog from Idun Creations. I will link it down below. So I should be able to follow that pretty much exactly except for the color changes. And I'm hoping it turns out really cute. I'm pretty excited to try it out. So we'll see how it goes and I will keep you posted. Okay, so here's what I have so far. I'm liking the way it's working up. I'm happy with my color changes. So I just added the eyes. I hope they're in the right spot. I lined them up with these are the front leg holes that we're going to crochet off of. So the one leg has the brown coming down the leg, so I'll do the first part of the leg brown, and then the other one is kind of on the shoulder. So I'm happy with my color changes. It looks absolutely goofy right now, but so far it's going well. So we're going to finish up the body and then start making all the pieces. I think there's a lot of sewing with this pattern, but it should be really cute when it's done. I'm happy so far. I just finished the body and it is definitely looking like an alien, but I'm very happy with the way the spots came out and the way the body shaping is. This really is a cool pattern so far. So here it is. So there's my spots. And he has a brown butt. So the front legs will come off of here. They're going to be crocheted in. And then there's little back legs that stick off down here. And then ears. And then the nose obviously will make him look more like a dog. But I love the way the chest sticks out like a bulldog. And just the body shape overall. There's like little hips. It is very cool. So looking good so far. I'm hoping the rest is pretty quick. I think it's pretty small pieces, so we'll see how it goes. I think next is the front legs, so here we go. So far, this is such a fun pattern. I'm loving how each step makes it look more and more like what it's supposed to. So I did the 2 front legs. And you can definitely see the bulldog shape coming. You tack the legs to the body so they're kind of close together. It stands up beautifully. You can definitely see the dog shape forming. So we got to make the 2 little back legs. And then all the face stuff, obviously, he looks super goofy, but without that, look at that little bulldog shape. So cute. I am loving it. Can't wait to see him all done. So we are on a roll. Okay, I have all the pieces made, and now I just have to sew them together. So we have 2 little feet, little tail, part of the nose, 2 ears, and the other part of the nose. So like I said, it's going to be a lot of sewing, but I'm going to get to it and we'll see how this guy turns out. Okay, I finished the little bulldog and I am so happy with how he turned out. I cannot wait for my customer to get him. I'm gonna send her some pictures to make sure she loves him and then send him out, but he turned out absolutely perfect. I am obsessed with this pattern. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, and he's got like the little bulldog lips and the little sad eyebrows. So cute. I love him so much. This is definitely what I would consider an intermediate pattern. There are some techniques in this pattern that you definitely need to know what you're doing, but it turns out so cool. Definitely a lot of sewing. I believe this designer has a bunch of other dogs as well, so I might have to check those out. But look at the body shape. I just love it so much. He's perfect. So very excited to have this guy done. So that is my 2 custom orders for this week. Like I said, I don't usually take custom orders like this just because they do take a long time, but they are so fun to watch come together. Like watching this guy go from looking like a weird little alien to looking like the cutest little dog ever. So much fun. So I had a blast making these guys. Thank you so much to my best friend and my customer if you're watching. This little guy is going to Ruthie in Texas. So thank you so much for trusting me with this little guy. I love him so much. So let's do a panda emoji down in the comments if you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I hope you had fun watching. I definitely had fun making them, and don't forget to subscribe if you like content like this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!